Macca says, one rotten egg gone, and the team spirit is now there for all to see. Morgan Whittaker can move on, and we can get down in the trenches and fight. What performance at Sunderland? We now need to back music and signings, and we have a genuine chance of staying up. Welcome back to our Pilgrims Walk on this week's episode, up to episode 20. Goodbye, Morgan. But is it good riddance from fans? We'll get these Harry and Rhys's view on that in a second. What did we learn from the stadium? Transfer window closing this week. What should happen? And we're choosing our worst ever defenders as we complete our worst ever Plymouth Argyle. Welcome. It's 20 minutes of Plymouth Chat Weekly. We've got Harry and Rhys with us. Chris is stuck. If you want to know where Chris is stuck in Newcastle, having been up at Sunderland all weekend. Lots of flights delayed. So, Chris, if you're watching, we'll see you. We'll see you next week. Delighted to have Harry and Rhys back with us. Harry, first of all, we'll have to start with the Sunderland. What a performance! And I think it was Mark Twain that said, "Rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated." That applies to Plymouth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was a much better performance actually. I went up and I wasn't expecting the performance we gave, so much better.
To Harry, was it personnel? Was it belief, or was Sunderland a little bit defensive?
I think Sunderland weren't at their best. Yeah, they didn't really get into the game till after we scored our goal. But yeah, it was one of them. I think they weren't playing at their best.
Okay. Rhys, I think it was last week on here we were saying it's all over, it's done and dusted. Is it back on again now? Is the Great Escape on?
Oh, it's every week, isn't it? One week we think we're out of it, and then we think, oh yeah, we're going to win the league again. And it's no, I think we just need to see a bit of consistency now. And I think if music can get that out of them, we've proven a few times this season we can do it. Like we beat Sunderland early in the season. We've had some good results. It's just doing it every week now, and we really do need to do it every week and hold out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll get into the game in a second. Let's jump back in time though a little bit. First of all, we've got to talk about the events of the Burnley game, if that's okay, Harry, because leading up to it, we had this bizarre reporting of Morgan Whittaker, even before he signed for Borough, not turning up for the game. He's since put a statement out that says that's not true. What do you understand as the latest of this, and what do you as a fan base believe?
It's a hard one. From what you've got to agree with the manager and what Joe Edwards, the captain, said. If I'm being honest, him refusing to play, in the statement he made yesterday, I think it was written by his agent, if I'm being perfectly honest, and whether that move was nearly going to be done on Wednesday and they told him not to play, there may have been a bit of miscommunication between music and Whittaker, possibly.
Yeah, is it possible, Rhys, that both people are true here, in that told him not to bother, and then the manager hasn't found that out? Is that all possible?
You do wonder if it's a case of he was decided not to select, but players were meeting at this time. God forbid someone got ill on the way, or the car broke down, and suddenly he would have been in that team, and he's just not turned up for that player meet. None of us are really going to know, are we? But for me, I think the performance on Saturday against Wednesday sort of shows that something wasn't going on, and something obviously got in the players' heads a little bit. And yeah.
Okay. All right. Then, so 8 million. Then was the fee. Was that? Have you had Borough's pants down there a bit, or is that the best you could have got?
I think, given his season, I think probably the best we could have got at the moment. I think probably in hindsight, we probably could have gone with the Lazio offer in the summer, but that's hindsight is a beautiful thing, isn't it? But yeah, I think given his season, I think we've done all right there.
Okay. And a question to you both. Lots of fans have said, well, I think 50-50 what I've seen is good luck, Morgan, thanks very much. Others have said good riddance. Harry, what sort of side are you on?
A little bit of both. I did tweet saying good riddance, but last season it was brilliant. He kept us up, but I think in a way he's sort of tarnished his reputation a little bit. I think fans will remember him more for leaving than perhaps his performances on the pitch.
He's got form for this as well, Rhys. Some Swansea fans were saying as well. But whenever somebody comes sniffing around, he has been known to do the dirty on his club. What's your lasting thoughts on Morgan Whittaker?
I think in time we'll remember him, won't we? But as a good player, but I think at the moment it's left a very sour taste, hasn't it?
Yeah, agreed.
All right then. Well, we wish him well at Borough. Reunited with Finnazaz, and I think in terms of Borough fans, anyway, they'll be hoping they can do just as good as those two did for you as they up at Riverside. But less about players that don't exist. Let's talk about players that are there. Let's have a look at the starting lineup, shall we? That music put out at Sunderland. Harry, what are we starting to learn about your manager in terms of how he wants to set up for games, especially away from? His first.
It was his first away game Saturday. He definitely likes. I mean, we haven't got enough centre backs at the moment, but Paulson and Pleggy are the main two. He tries to play at the back with Pukac and. Sort of plays. He put Sorinola in for a change when a lot of people wanted him in the starting lineup the past few games. So yeah, I think it's probably the best lineup we could have put out on Saturday, considering injuries and transfers in and out.
Okay. Rhys, what about you? What have we learned from how your manager wants to go about games so far?
We're certainly the more physical side of things, and I think that's what we saw on Saturday. I think as soon as the team sheet came out, I think I said to a few guys, it's a proper away team sheet where we've taken out a few of our creative players, gone for a bit more muscle, gone for a bit more strength at back, and it felt like let's stick in this for 60 minutes and see where we go. And that was sort of the team lineup, wasn't it? It was hold up and see where we go.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Sunderland fans were not happy at all. Well, less happy with their manager, but also bust a few coupons as well. On Saturday, that one. Strictly Plymouth says, "Well done to all our players. 4 points from Sunderland. We showed lots of grit and determination and courage. Put our bodies in the way. Belief is coming back. Sunderland have class and quality. We have heart and fight." And is that what's going to keep you best talent on the pitch? But you might now have this belief, this passion, and this fight.
Yeah, I think so. And it's we've done this for the last League One. We came up with a bit of fight last season. We had a bit of fight. So I think you had Edwards back in there coming back from injury, and I don't think there's. I think the fight has definitely got to be there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We certainly hope Plymouth stay up. We need Plymouth in the league. However, this week is a huge week for the club because transfer window shuts aggressively on Friday. Let's have a look at how you've done so far. Just the one. Well, as of Friday night, just the one in Rhys. What do you expect, or what do you hope to have got done by the time the window shuts?
Is this what my heart tells me or what my head tells me? Because
let's go with both, shall we?
What my heart tells me, we need about 6 players. I would say. I think we need at least 2 defenders, probably at least 1 forward and a couple in midfield. I think it sounds like we're making a Ukrainian international as our centre back tomorrow. Sounds like, and then hopefully that probably settles our defence. Probably could do with another one, whether or not the Lincoln player comes through or not. And then at least another. If we need a couple of midfielders, I would say at least.
Okay, Harry, what's on your wish list for Friday?
Definitely another midfielder. I think, like Rhys said, we need this centre back to come in, hopefully for us, but possibly another striker as well, just to give us another option. Yeah, that would be. We need 3 or 4 signings all over the pitch, really, before.
It'll be interesting what happens with Obafemi and Suzuka if they go back.
Yeah.
It opens up 2 loan spots for us, and we tend to
True.
use the loan market quite well. So
Do you expect that if nothing happens, I mean, we talked about it last week, that potentially the owners are saving up for League One. Do you expect there to be a bit of a backlash against West Brom from the fans? Let's say if only a handful come in and no money spent, if it is just loans. Rhys, where's the fan base kind of at the moment?
I think so. I think if you look at we've sold in the last year Mike Cooper, Gibson, now Whittaker for a nice sum of money. You think, where's that money? And there was supposedly this increased TV budget. At the moment, it's struggling to see where it's coming from. I mean, the rumoured fee for this defender is 1.7 million, which for Argyle terms is massive, to be honest. So it's going in the right direction. There certainly does seem like they're trying. My other concern would be there's not many other rumours, but they do come up about quite late for us. So you never know, really.
And you're only a couple of wins from being right back in the mix, aren't you? Let's put it forward. You are not cut adrift by any means. Luton are terrible. Millwall are terrible. Derby are terrible, and you've got other teams now like Stoke that are in the mix as well. So this is not done and dusted by any means. And every week we'll be here previewing and reviewing games for you. So do get done. So it is West Brom on Harry then this Saturday. Tony Mowbray's back there. They just put 5 past Portsmouth. You're probably just getting these teams just at the wrong time, aren't you? Just being a little bit lucky when you play some sides.
I think they're quite a good side. They also beat Pompey 5-1 at the weekend, but maybe at home we may could do something. But it's a tough run of fixtures for us, really. But hopefully after Saturday's performance, we can something to build on. Hopefully.
And Rhys, I mean, home park has become a little bit toxic of recent, no more so than, of course, when you were getting battered by Burnley by half time. Did you stay, by the way, or did you? What minute did you leave on Wednesday night?
I left the 88th minute, I think, or something like that. I don't know how I lasted as long as I did. I wanted to go at half time. It was more I'd had a drink, I couldn't drive, really. So
fair enough. Harry, were you there to the end, or were you gone?
Yeah, I stayed till the end. Don't know why.
Okay. Madness. Okay. Right. This month we have been choosing the worst ever Plymouth side. So last week we chose our worst ever strikers. This week we're putting in our worst ever defenders. So let us know in the comments the worst ever defenders you've seen for Plymouth are. Now, to drop this on YouTube, can you think back to your time watching Plymouth as to people in the back line that look like they might have won a raffle to become a footballer? Centre backs, left backs, right backs, if you've got any. Harry, can you help us kick this off?
I think the first one that comes to mind is a right back in Tafari Moore. He was just awful. Yeah, how he was at Arsenal's academy is beyond me.
Okay. Good shout, Rhys.
Well, just now I said that we signed a defender for 1.7 million. What about the player we signed for £10, Ashley Smith-Brown?
Oh God, yeah.
The same season that we had Tafari Moore, we had him on one side and Tafari Moore on the other. It was just,
These are good shouts. What about in the middle of the park? In the back, anyway. Centre backs.
Romany Critchlow. He only played a couple times for us a couple seasons ago, but he just didn't want to be here, and he's more about his Instagram account, I think, than actually playing well for us.
Okay, decent shout, Rhys.
I don't know if it's harsh on him, but I was never a massive fan. I can't remember his first name, but it was Watts. He was on loan from Newcastle.
No, Kellen Watts.
Kellen Watts, that's it. Yeah,
COVID season.
Again, it was the same season. I think it might have been the same season, but we just had a load of youngsters on loan in defence. Just by the end of the season, they were more scared of getting themselves injured. It's like, no.
Okay. These seem good shouts. Can you beat that, though? In the comments below, let us know your thoughts. You two, thank you so much for coming along and helping us out this week. Really massively appreciate it. Enjoy the West Brom game, and we'll see you hopefully in 7 days' time to review it all over again. Fingers crossed there's some new faces to talk about next week as well. See you then, and of course we'll do midfield next week. Have a great 7 days. Thanks, everyone.